And certainly a big week is coming for former President Trump and his lawyers. Among those, a big update in the classified documents case. The DOJ will officially appeal the decision by a judge to dismiss the case last month. And that appeal is due by this Tuesday. On Friday, we'll get a status report in the federal case on election interference. That stems from Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election, including the events of January 6th. Joining us now is defense attorney Mark Reichel. Mark, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
It is certainly going to be a busy week for Trump's lawyers. What specifically are you tracking? What is potentially most significant from this week?
Well, it's interesting. I probably think the most significant case actually is the D.C. case, but that's the one where I think the government, through Jack Smith and special counsel, I honestly think that's the one where they're the most confused, and they're going to pause quite a bit. I think the one that's probably the most direct one is New York, because all of those acts are alleged to have occurred and actually convicted now of having nothing to do with his official acts as president. They happened when he was a candidate. And then the small things he did after he was elected in the New York criminal case that he's been convicted on were really minuscule things that were done as a private person. So it's interesting. I think the New York State case might turn out to be the biggest one. If we all recall, when it was first brought, everyone thought it was the weakest. Small world, it may turn out to be the most powerful one because sentencing is also coming up. There's a motion first to dismiss it based on this Supreme Court case about immunity. But I think that case, there's not a lot that the former president can argue about immunity. I think Georgia is going to be on hold for a while. That's not going to be heard until October. Finally moving to Florida. They just filed the notice of appeal on the briefs. Federal appeals, I would know, take about 3 to 6 months before you get an answer. So I think the fastest answer you're going to see is going to be Judge Merchan in New York State Court.
Bottom line, if Trump is elected, what happens with these cases? Is he able to pardon some of them, all of them?
Undoubtedly, the federal cases, that's the Mar-a-Lago where they say he kept the secrets and so forth, and then the January 6th case brought in D.C., both of those are gone. If he wins in November, on November 6th, those cases will be gone. They'll just be gone. There's no way the Justice Department can go forward knowing that in January he'll have a new attorney general and he can issue his own orders. The New York case would be very difficult for him to pardon anybody, including himself. And Georgia, it would be very difficult to pardon himself in Georgia as well. Those are states that have their own independent criminal justice system.
Okay, so for the federal cases, does that mean some of the strategy of Trump's lawyers at this point will just be to try to kick out as much as they can until after November?
Absolutely. That's the best strategy they have. And it's worked so far, and it's probably going to work here.
Always appreciate the time. Mark Reichel, thank you so much.
Thank you, Natasha.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.